Hello guys. Today's video is a little bit of a serious topic, but it's also a meme at the same time. That can happen. Okay, so basically the Half-Life fan base, as you all know, is a long overdue game, Half-Life 3 or Episode 3. I'm one of the people that have been waiting a long time for it. Not as long as the people that were there for Half-Life Classic. When I was 5 or 6, I got a hold of Valve games, and I played Portal and Half-Life 2. And I was obsessed with both of them for a long time. And you could ask anyone in my elementary school, like, was he obsessed with them? That's all he talked about. But after playing Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and witnessing the sad ending for it, I wanted to play the next game, because, me thinking there's gonna be a next game because it's a cliffhanger. Only to be told that it wasn't out. Ever since then, I've been waiting for it until I just gave up. At least until now. About a week ago, I was scrolling through YouTube to find my old subscription list, one of them being Valve News Network. I started binge watching him because they're really good. The next day, I went to his channel to find a video that came out entitled Half-Life 2 Episode 3 Story Released by Mark Laidlaw. If you don't know who Mark Laidlaw is, we can get into that later. I instantly watched it. I became upset. I knew it was the end for Half-Life 2 Episode 3. It would never come out. I wasn't the only one thinking that, though. If you look up Episode 3 on YouTube or Google, everyone will be saying the Half-Life died and won't ever be continued. But they're wrong. After doing intense research with YouTube, Reddit, and other sources, I know Reddit sometimes can be a little edgy, but I still was looking at it, especially the Half-Life subreddits and stuff. I've came to the conclusion that Half-Life 2 Episode 3 will not be released, but Half-Life 3 will. For those who don't know what I mean by that, back in 2007, Valve announced that their episodic gaming will be discontinued and that Episode 3 is going to be Half-Life 3. Now on to the evidence of Half-Life 3 being released. So as the whole internet knows, Episode 3 story was released by Mark Laidlaw, who on January of last year retired and was one of the lead writers for the Half-Life franchise. But the internet is confused on why he released it or if Valve had anything to do with it. But just to clarify, that's the story for Episode 3, not Half-Life 3. But I am questioning if Half-Life 3 will take place where Half-Life 2 Episode 2 ended. So I asked Valve News Network if he had any opinions about what he had to say, and he actually responded on my email, but he said it might. The problem is that it isn't in the sport of Half-Life or of Mr. Laidlaw's incredible work. If it is, it shows that Valve wasn't willing to put in the creative effort to make something completely original. So that's what he had to say, which I actually agree with him because Mark Laidlaw was the true writer for the series, and if they just take after the story, then it won't really be that creative. But over the years, many leaks have had taken place like script, art, and weapons and VMS, which means Valve map files. Many people say that the leaks were found by regular users and Valve accidentally left them there. But I think otherwise. You see, Half-Life 3 is a long overdue game, so people might question its existence. Valve doesn't want people to give up on the game, so they purposely leak stuff for people to find and of course publicly spread. Though the game has not been confirmed yet, the chances of it being confirmed before 2020 are 25 to 50% chance in my opinion. But this is not all. You see, Half-Life 3 might have been taking so long to make is because Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 are so different. The change in Half-Life 2 was so drastic that people loved it. So Valve might want the same thing to be with Half-Life 3, but there is no technology out there yet, so they've been waiting, which I think is now starting to be really made on because of Source 2 being released. So that's probably a reason why. Half-Life 3 will come out. When is the only question we should have. Valve might stay silent because they don't want to confirm it and then not like it and stop. It should be an amazing game for being in development for over a decade. Thank you for watching. Wait patiently. It's coming.